What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here, taking a look at the Stokastic MLB DFS Lineup Generator for tonight's slate. It is August 21st. While you're coming, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. If you have not yet signed up for the Lineup Generator, you can still get it for 50% off your first week using the link in the description of this video on YouTube, or if you're on Twitter, it's just in my tweet. If you use that link, it's going to be just $4.48 for your first week. Even after that, though, it's still going to be just $8.95 per week. Great deal for a tool that only gives you plus EV lineups. Let's take a look at some DraftKings lineups to start. Going to do all stack types, all lineup types. Not going to lock anybody. All right, first lineup we have here, Luis Castillo as the pitcher with a 5-man Cardinals stack and 3 one-offs in Fernando Tatis, Teoscar Hernandez, and Jeff McNeil. Taking a look in the top pitchers tool to start with Castillo and Drew Rom as the pitchers. Castillo top of the board with a 32% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. Rom is down the board a little bit with a 10% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, but he's only 4,000, 41% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. Really nice spot for Rom today. And then, of course, we have the Cardinals as the stack. They are second on the board with a 14% chance of being the top stack and a 17% chance of being the top value stack. Little added correlation here because if the Cardinals go off, Drew Rom a little bit more likely to get that win. All right, and this one you can see is on the contrarian end of the spectrum here. All right, I'll save that one. This one a bit chalkier. We have the Cardinals stack once again. We have James Paxton and Christian Javier as the pitchers here. Paxton, 23% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, is second on the board. Christian Javier, fifth on the board with a 21% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. And then we had the Cardinals once again as a stack with, once again, 3 one-offs. And this time, Nate Lowe, Jeff McNeil, and Teoscar Hernandez. All right, now I'm just going to go through and save 20 lineups, see what our exposures look like after 20 lineups. Getting a lot of contrarian lineups today. All right, so after 20 lineups, this is pretty nice. We have 45% Wilson Contreras is our highest exposed player, along with Tommy Edman and Tyler O'Neill. So Cardinals at the top of the board. We don't have anybody over 50% in our lineups. I like it. I would probably just run with this exact set of 20 lineups. I think that we are spread out enough with this 20 lineup set that I'd be okay with that. All right, let's take a look at some FanDuel lineups as well. Gonna do all stack types, all lineup types, not locking anybody. First lineup we see here is Luis Castillo as the pitcher with a 4-3 Mariners Cardinals stack. So first of all, looking in the top pitchers tool at Castillo for FanDuel. Top of the board, 14% chance of being the top pitcher. And then FanDuel top stacks. Cardinals second on the board with a 13% chance of being the top stack. Mariners are fifth on the board with a 10% chance of being the top stack. So 2 of the better stacks on the board, 1 of the better pitchers on the board, and still not getting all the way to the chalky end, kind of middling in terms of projected ownership, but projects very well. Second lineup, completely different. We have Alan Winans as the pitcher, looking at the top pitchers tool. Winans fourth on the board with a 10% chance of being the top pitcher. And now we have the Astros and the Cardinals as the stacks in this one. So the Astros are new here. Astros, middle of the pack, looks like they are 7th on the board with a 7% chance of being the top stack. And this one on even more on the contrarian end of the spectrum. All right, now I'm just going to go through and save 20 lineups, see what our exposures look like. Pretty contrarian once again. Highest exposed player is Austin Riley at 50%, followed by Michael Harris at 45%. Again, I think I'd be totally comfortable with this level of exposure to these players. It is spread out enough for my liking in a 20 lineup set. If I were playing 150, I'd probably try to cut back on some of this exposure, get everybody at least below like 40%. Usually I am for under 30% on bats. But in 20 lineups, I don't mind being a little bit more condensed. So perfectly happy with this level of exposure in a 20 lineup set. All right, that is going to do it for this video. Once again, if you haven't done so, please do like the video if you haven't already done so. Good luck tonight.